favorite pictures in the collection is this photo of Eartha White on a camel on her trip to Egypt. And in 1955, Eartha White was a delegate for Bethel Baptist Church to a Baptist convention that was happening in Europe. And it included London, and once they finished the convention, they traveled to Africa. And here's a picture of her on a camel. Now, Eartha White is 79 years old, and one of our other staff members had a guest who actually was in this photo as well. When they saw the picture, they said, "Oh, I'm in this photo." And she said that day it was so hot and everyone had determined that they were going to stay inside. Eartha White said, "No, we not." Eartha said, "We did not come all the way over here to stay inside. Let's go." So without Eartha White, we would not have this great picture of this group in front of the Phoenix. And the picture above is a picture of when she returned. So many people welcomed her back home, glad to see her from her trip. And just some really great pictures, great experiences here at the Clara White Mission. Eartha White had a quilting class, and Eartha White was known for serving anyone in the community. She didn't care what background, she didn't care if they were black, white, or whatever. If you needed her help, she would help you. And so this is a picture taken in 1968, but we do have information where Eartha White told the police would come to the mission and tell Eartha White to stop helping the white community. And she said, "No, if they need me, I'm helping them." So she helped them here, she helped them at her Mercy Hospital, and tuberculosis were home. Whatever you needed Eartha White, she helped you. She did not care what you looked like, she didn't care where you were from. If you needed help and she could help you, she did. And Eartha White and Dr. White, I have to call Dr. White. Dr. White had 2 honorary degrees. One is from Florida Normal Industrial Institute that she received in 1936. So the same year that she founded this museum, Eartha White received a degree, a PhD from Florida Normal Industrial Institute, which is now Florida Memorial in Miami, Florida. And in 1961, Edward Waters College, now University, gave Eartha White a PhD degree in law. And it is very appropriate because there are several laws on the books that Eartha White and other people like Dr. Bethune and James Willard Johnson advocated for. The Emmett Till anti-lynching law that passed in 1923 was one of those bills that Eartha White had fought for back in 1923. And it took 100 years for the federal government to say lynching was a federal offense. And so Eartha White was part of that campaign to get that law passed, and it finally did in 1923. One of the great things about Eartha White, as I mentioned earlier, she was a businesswoman. And one of her businesses, she was a real estate agent. Here is the renewal of her real estate license in 1925. Now, if you know American history and the history of women in this country, women did not have political rights. They did not have legal rights. A woman could not sign a legal document by any means. So the fact that Eartha White has property and she's selling it in 1925 is amazing. This is a renewal license, which means she's been selling properties before this. So one of the things, Eartha White was one of the major landowners in this city, and she used that property to serve the community.